Hello, my fine feathered friends, and welcome. Let's make sure all of the sound levels are working as they should. It looks like they are. I'm excited to get going on the castle, make some more progress, as well as show you a little bit more of the progress that I've been making on this build. Hey, Zan, welcome. You are first. Woohoo! And Hyper Apex, you are second indeed. Woohoo! Congrats. Oh, and now you're number one. You chatted the most. You are the number one chatter now. That's awesome. I think that's a really fun little feature that YouTube just recently added. Anyway, I'm excited to get going on this, and I've got some different things that I wanted to show you guys that I figured out. Check out my fire pit here. Love it. And I got tired of the fire going out, and so I actually used the move tool to hide some B+ torches in there, and I did the same thing over here, but I have not yet done it on the other side because I figured I'd show you guys how to do that. How does that work then? I'm still not totally familiar with how that feature works. Is it just about who chats the most? I think it is. Oh, yep, look, Xant's the first again now. That is really fun. All right, oh yeah, my computer is suffering a bit, but we will shut down anything we don't need here. Use my browser docs in OBS. Hopefully I won't need a separate browser open. And hopefully we can have some chill music to enjoy. We'll see. We might change it up. I've got the Aloft soundtrack on right now just because it's really relaxing, and sometimes after a stressful week, some nice relaxing music is nice on a Friday, right? Okay, so I've been meaning to do a tutorial for a while on how to use the move tool, so I'm going to give you guys like a super quick little crash course on it, okay? On exactly how that works. So we're going to take this wall torch, and first of all, I love the B+ version of it because kind of like the old S+ version, it's got an automatic function. It doesn't need any fuel, but then I can go here in the settings and I can turn off the auto on and off. By default with that on, it will go on at dusk. So when it's dark, the torch will light up. And then at dawn, the torch will go off. But if you want the torch to be lit all the time, then you just turn that off. And then, so there, now I've got a fire, but it's kind of not right where I want it to be. And so I'm going to grab the move tool. And this mod also has another tool called the connect tool, but it isn't working properly right now. I've left a bug report with the modder, so we won't go over that one right now, just the move tool. So I just click on this and it gives me this handy little thingy here, this little UI. I always put it on local position. I think by default it's the arrows are aligned with compass directions, but local position is more like how I want it used. And then I can move it however I want, and it will still be supported by what it was originally supported by. So the game will still think that it's being supported by being stuck to the front of the fireplace. So if I pick up the fireplace, it will also pick up the torch, even if I move it somewhere else. So I can move it like side to side. I can move it forwards and backwards, reset, and up and down. I can also rotate it, which can be a lot of fun. There's the local rotation or global. The global is once again lined up with compass points, but we'll just do this one and see. You can turn it on its side or upside down or whatever. That way. Or you can turn it this way or some combination. I used this a lot on my event server last year. There were a lot of things that I built over there that I couldn't have built without this. And you can also copy the rotation of something once you've got it how you want it, and then you can paste it to something else if you're going to be moving a lot of things in similar ways, I guess. I haven't played around with that a lot yet. There is also... Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. Basic, if you go into advanced here, you can also even change the scale of things. Like, what? You can make things really big or really small. It's kind of crazy. I don't usually play around with that a whole lot though. And I usually try to be pretty sparing with my use of the move tool. Like, I wouldn't do a whole build with this or anything because it can cause a lot of lag if you move a lot of structures in an area, because yeah, then the game has to remember, oh yeah, that structure is there, but it's actually there. And it's just one more thing that having a lot of moved structures, I've just seen it cause a lot of lags. A little bit here and there seems to be okay, but just, yeah, don't use it too much. All right, let's go back to basic, and then I am just going, I don't want to rotate it actually. I am just going to go backward into the fireplace and then down to hide the torch part. And there we go. We got a nice, friendly, crackling little fire. See? Love it, love it. Hey, Mesomorph! Welcome, welcome. Hello. Okay. So, I need to get some skins on the rest of this structure here. And so I'm just going to do a bunch of skinning here. And I've got a whole bunch of things chosen here to play around with. I also want to do a little bit more playing around with that new Viking textures mod. Let's see, where is that one? I wish they would have the mod names on the folders. I don't know why Wildcard chose to do it this way. I hope they will improve it at some point so that we will actually be able to tell things a little bit easier. Okay, music's not loud for you guys. It's just loud for me. I will turn it down a bit on my side then. Okay, where did the Viking one go? Oh, that's Dwarven Builders. That's Astraeus. I'm not seeing it in here yet. It did just need an update. It may not have loaded in after the update. Oh, anyway, if that one pops in later, sometimes it does, because I've got a heckin' lot of skin packs here, and so sometimes it takes a while for them all to actually show up after I get on a server. So anyway, hey, random zombie, welcome, welcome. Well, I'm glad you like the castle, Mesomorph. That I like it too, but I am glad that you like it. Awesome. And missed a few comments here. Oh, Zant took everything from you, Hyper. Aw. It's so funny. Hyper Apex says, constantly working on my own castle on Aaron's server, but the pressure is starting to hit since we have one last week left, and I've had to start over 3 days ago. Oh, that's rough. That is rough indeed. Well, if you want to watch some more of my content, Random Zombie, then feel free to subscribe. If you don't want to watch any more of my content, then don't bother subscribing. Because, yeah, I don't beg people to subscribe because, for one thing, subscribers who don't actually watch your videos don't actually even help the channel very much. So, yes, I would rather you take your time and decide if you actually want to see more content from me or not before you subscribe. Get all of these. I don't know why I've got a random pillar there. I think that one must have missnapped. Okay. Also, I have found a possible source of the invisibility bug. I'm actually pretty excited because I played for 2 or 3 hours yesterday evening and got some more stuff done around here, went on a resource run and stuff, and did not have the invisibility bug even once. And if you've watched any of my recent castle streams on this server, I have been having it near constantly. I've been having to build while I flicker in and out of being visible and invisible, and all of the creatures and the water and everything keeps being visible, invisible, visible, invisible. Yeah, so somebody in the comments on my short that I made about the invisibility bug said that somebody had figured out that it was the tech binoculars causing it. And also, I'm guessing that a lot of other mods that add an outline to things must be using some coding from the base game tech binoculars. And because he said that there were some pickup guns that seem to also be causing it if they have an outline. And there were also some other modded like spyglasses and stuff that were causing it. And so I'm like, I have a modded spyglass on here and it uses an outline, but it is able to be toggled on and off. And so I toggled off the outline for my modded spyglass and have not had the invisibility bug since. So that is just one person's very brief test. So I'm not saying that I've got it figured out yet, but there's a data point for you. If you are also dealing with the same issue, you might want to try and see if that helps you like it did me. Come on now, how do we... Gonna have to go underneath in order to get this bit here. Come back for it later, I guess. It's part of the problem with meshing things through each other, making big round builds like this. Sometimes it can be hard to reach things. And why do the drakelings always sound like they have a cold or allergies or something? It's kind of hysterical. Oh, thank you, Hyper Apex. Yeah, this is not music that I've really used for a stream since I was last playing Aloft, because this is the Aloft soundtrack. But that game just has really awesome sound design and really nice music. It's one of the most relaxing games that you can possibly play, in my opinion. I did some streams on that a few months ago and would love to play it some more, but it's a fairly new game from an indie company and it's still in early access. So the streams and videos, the content that I made on it didn't do very good just yet, because I don't think a lot of people know about the game, but I am definitely not writing it off. I am planning on coming back to it whenever they bring it to full release. If not before then, we'll see. But for now, I needed to come back to Ark. But it is a very cozy survival game. And sometimes, you know, sometimes you just want something a bit more cozy. Okay, can we get all of these in here, please? No, not the one over my fireplace. There's still one more in there. You know what? Fine, I'm going to pick up this ceiling to see if I can reach that one in there that's bugging me so much. Hey, Buzzer, how's it going? Okay, let's see. Thanks so much for gathering all the resources, by the way, the other day, Buzz. I went out to the gathering shack with my super weight RG, Athelwald the Strong, as I have named him, who can carry, I mean, they've got boosted weight on this server, so whatever levels you put into weight, you get a lot more stat points than you normally would, which I like because I hate being over encumbered. I had it for a second there. There, that's the one. So anyway, yeah, Athelwald the Strong here. Athelred the Strong, excuse me. Yes, I put 25 points into weight. He has 31,483 weight. It's kind of ridiculous. So yeah, he carried several vaults worth of thatch and stone and wood. Okay, that's looking good. And now let's, I don't know what is up with these random pillars I keep finding. All right, and then my chimney here. The ceiling is high enough in here that that the chimney was ending and just smoke coming out into the room, and I didn't want that, so I decided to build kind of something around it to make it look like there's something there, I guess. But I think there was a skin that's supposed to go on the... Aha! Yes, there is. Nice. There is a Castlecraft fireplace skin. And where's our variant cycler? All right. Okay, there aren't any other variants to it though right now, it looks like. Nope, you can just rotate it. Oh, I can scale it though with this. That could be fun. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's a much bigger fireplace for sure. Wow. Do you think, should we have the gigantic fireplace? Oh, wow. I think this here needs to be wood to match the rest of the stairs and stuff around this platform. So let's do that. And all right, and let's put my grating over the top of this. This in here is it's got two of the torches that I moved into place using the move tool, and that is just a normal B+ campfire. But the cool thing about B+ is it's a quality of life overhaul mod. It's got a bunch of different cool features, but I like the fact that, check this out, here's the normal campfire. I can press R to cycle to the B+ version, and then I can change the size scale like this. I can make it bigger, or I can make it smaller. Oh, sorry. Hitting F to make it smaller. I hit it too fast and dropped my shoulder pad. But anyway, it can be a little janky though, resizing things in Ark, just so you're aware. It's just the nature of it. It doesn't usually change the collision of the thing, and so the game will still think it's the same size it was before. So like you'll just have to kind of keep that in mind. And also they won't snap side to side, you know, the way you would think that they should. They're still going to snap to the middle of any ceiling. You know, they're not going to snap side by side with each other. But I usually just free place them anyway, and it's no biggie. But for some people, that's a deal breaker. And if you don't like that, if you very much like being able to snap everything and have it all lined up perfectly, then that is something to be aware of. All right. There we go. And we'll pick up the Drakeling with allergies here. All right, and these windows, those are in the trim set from Castlecraft. This one yeah, that one is also from the trim set, I believe. Okay. Oh, no, the window frame also needs to be trim set. There's so many different options in this cosmetic pack that sometimes it can be hard to remember them all, but eventually you learn. Yeah, I love that it lets you make tall windows like that. And also... Oh, nope, you need to be also a trim. One. There we go. Yeah, have a rose window on each side. Man, it is dark in here though. Okay, let's put up some more torches. Having too many lights in an area can make it laggy, so I don't usually like having too many lights. But it's dark. It's dark in here and I want to be able to see. Let's put this over the middle door here. I think I also have a cosmetic that gives more lighting sources. So, but I will probably go through and turn off a lot of them like after the stream or when I'm not filming in here, just because that will help with lag in a big structure. If you're making a big build and you've got a lot of torches everywhere and you're dealing with a lot of lag or people crashing, that's one of the troubleshooting tips, is to go around and turn off all your lights, because yeah, the particle effect that they have, all those lovely sparks and the animation of the flames, yeah, all of that costs graphics processing resources. Okay, the door here also needs to be cycled. Oh no, I guess it doesn't actually looks arched at the top until you close it. Okay, I like that one up there better than this one being behind the door. So let's pick this guy up. Oh, and now you guys are competing to be the #1 chatter, huh? Random cozy zombie. Yep, the third. Name one of my tames after you. Well, we'll see if I run across any tames that need a name. I will keep that in mind. Oh, actually, though, speaking of names, reminded me, check this out. I have the secret passages in here. Let's see, which one is the secret passage? It's always tricky trying to remember where your secret doors are. I should put like some kind of decoration on that wall or something, just so... There it is. Okay. Oh, I missed that comment, Zant, and it looks like it was a good thing that I did. Thank you for dealing with that. Let me... there we go. Now we can see in here. So yes, we have a secret passage here. And yeah, that's the way to get up into our ruined lighthouse tower here. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys, look, I put all of the channel members' names up in here. So these are all of the cuckoo birds, the crazy people who are at the highest tier on Patreon or on YouTube memberships. Then these are the homebirds tier. I'll read everybody's names because why not? We got Purple Typhlosion, Disturbed Ghoul, aka Gextrix, Shokomaki, awesome modder, by the way. If you haven't seen his mods, definitely check those out. Spongeworthy, and then we've got our homebirds. Mean Ren, also awesome content creator. Make sure to check out her channel. We've got Code Blue Paradox and Red Motion. And then these are the Birds of a Feather tier. We've got Amelie, Thomas Wade, Soap Goddess, Beanie, Zombie Slayer Gaming. Some of these I'm not sure how to pronounce, so apologies if I mispronounced it. KD Amera, 859, William. Your name here? I didn't know what to put on that one. Tony Uasha, Rivera, aka Steve, Mikey's Gaming Oasis. If you haven't checked out Mikey's channel, he also does awesome builds in Ark, so definitely check him out as well. And then we've got the little birds: Trash Panda, Kuma K, Dregger 5000, Sarah Young, Oscar Katow, Sherry Walker, Susu82, Steffels Arty Gamer, and Zanzibar. So yeah, and there's plenty room for plenty more if anybody else feels inspired to join the flock. Okay, I need to make a little bit of an easier way to get in and out of there though, other than just the secret panel. All right. And I've got my lovely little storage area set up over here with all the visual storages. Yeah, I know, Hyper Apex. I mean, I updated it fairly recently, but yeah, it does appear that your name is not yet up there. But I'm sure there are ways to fix that issue. I'm still haven't finished redoing this area because I'm making some bedrooms up on the second floor of this main keep tower here, and then I'll drag the unconscious body of the person who's still sleeping in there and take the beds out of there, and then this little structure, which is part of the ruins that were here before we got here, this is going to be a workshop, so I'll put more of the different like crafting tables and smithies and stuff like that from the different mods will go in there. And then down here, need to put skins on things and stuff, but we got more of our visual storage set up. And we got our kitchen. And this tree is not actually there. This is, or is it? Did it come back? Are you kidding me? The ghost trees glitch has been a thing for a while. Let me see if the tree actually did come back for whatever reason, even though there's obviously a foundation right there, so it shouldn't be coming back. But you know, Ark doesn't always do what it should. There, are you there? No, you're not there. I think I'm just running into the collision of the cook pot or something. Yeah. And yes, we also have a pyromane sleeping here, apparently. But yes, this is our little kind of indoor-outdoor kitchen. And we've got our little baby raising area with the nanny and the hatchery. But I'm not going to give a full tour right now because it's dark anyway. But yeah. I do want to finish this building, though, as well. This needs a roof, and then I also could have sworn there was something there. I probably broke it doing something else, but anyway, I want to work on finishing that second story up there as well. So we'll see how much we get done. Don't have a proper nest, huh? Aw. Hey, Master Swish, welcome, welcome. And there's nothing wrong with boxes. Boxes are very practical, and they're a great place to start. The thing is, you know, you don't have to stop there. You can start with a box and then just add on to it as you go, right? And I have some videos also on how to build circles. I haven't made one yet on a gigantic circle like this one, but I have some fairly simple tutorials on making a 12-sided circle without any mods even. Can do it probably even on official because that one doesn't even involve meshing things through each other. But yeah, you know, you just learn one new technique here or there, just add on to what you were previously doing. I even have a tutorial for a box build, the Bob Box Remastered. Okay, now I think I do like the bigger fireplace like this. It just, you know, it fits the scale of the space a little better. This one though, I might have to move this doorway. We shall see. Yeah, we're gonna have to move the doorway. And because of the nature of it being a round structure, these walls are not actually snapped to each other side to side. They're only supporting up and down because they're each attached to a different foundation, which are not attached to each other, just mesh through each other. So I have to be careful with the foundation support while moving things around. So I'm going to put some quarter walls in here before I pick up this doorway so that there will be something else to support the stuff up above. And then where are we going to put? I think I could move that doorway just over one more to like there, maybe. I kind of want an extra doorway on this side just because it's the most practical. It's closest to the crafting areas and stuff. I would rather not have to keep going in and out through here, even though that's the more grand entrance. But I can move it over by one. And people say a lot that, oh, I wish you could layer walls in ASA the way you could in ASE. But you can't in the same way, but you kind of can. Sometimes you can layer sloped walls with regular walls, or you can layer quarter walls. But I think for now, I'm just going to do a replacement. Let's do a narrow little doorway, like so. There. And then, see, I mean, sometimes other types of walls will layer over a different type of wall. I don't know why it is that way, but it just is. Oh, that's why, because I already do have quarters in here. That's why it layered in there nicely. Okay. I might have already moved this doorway once. All right. And then I think we're going to need to move that doorway over to here as well. What do we have here? Okay, we got quarters there. Yeah, let's do it. And this here we've got like 1.5 door frames to make a nice tall arch. But then what is underneath this? I still want the space down here to be usable. I think it should be okay. My little tiny dungeon. I keep running into all kinds of problems with jank, and it's because of the nature of how I build. You know, I kind of let a build evolve over time. And yeah, the fact that I've got round buildings and square foundations and other foundations pointing different directions means that it's always going to take a little bit of finagling to get things to fit together in a way that looks good. I must have messed with this for like an hour last night and finally settled on this little arrangement here. But I did also add a stairway here and a new gateway up here. Always good to have layers of gates for protection. You know, it has mystified me for a really long time. Your shoulder pet is sitting on your shoulder. Its butt is behind your back. So why is it that when your shoulder pet poops in first person, the poop falls down right in front of your face? How exactly does that work? And whose decision over at Wildcard was it to make that be the way it works? That's what I would like to know. Anyway. Yeah, I think I'm just going to basically swap these two around. So. Like so. And this probably will replace because the full walls, usually you can't layer those Yeah, like I thought. Okay. And I don't want to take all the skins out of my hotbar, so that means I'm going to have to keep going in and out of my inventory. But that's okay. Come on now, can I? I'm going to have to pick that up first. So let's grab our quarters and do our little trick here. Okay. And now we can put in another double door frame up here. Let's make sure to stack it in the right spot. And then that should be supporting the walls up above. So we can do this. The pillars beside would probably support it as well, but this is just kind of habit at this point, because I don't like to trust it. All right. And then this here. Actually, yeah, we'll just do this single window. Yes. We'll do a nice tall window. Am I invisible? No. Seemed like I was invisible for a second there. Yep, I am going invisible again. But it's only in third person this time. That is very odd. And it did kind of start when I was using a tool that had an outline. So, starting to see a correlation here. May have to try to remember to go on to Wildcard's bug reporting forums later on and see if somebody else has reported about this, because apparently they've been working on this bug for a while, trying to find a fix for it. They need to fix their dang, what is it? They need to fix their dang tech binoculars, because that's apparently what is breaking everything that is depending on code from that. Okay. That works. Okay. Oh, and up here we also need to fix our windows. And see if I can remember from now on. Yes, it's underneath that set of windows. Let's do some nice tall windows here as well. Okay. Now I'll add more decoration later, and I kind of wanted to use some of that Viking darker stone just to add some variety over here. I was thinking for the chimney up there. But I might have to uninstall it and reinstall it again. It's quite possible that my download of it got bugged or corrupted. That is a thing that happens sometimes with mod downloads, especially bigger ones, and that one is over a gig. So yeah, it's just kind of something I've gotten used to. Every now and then you just have to go through and uninstall things and reinstall them. Okay. Not that big a deal though. I guess for now, let's just put these on it. And I'm pretty sure there is a variant of those that doesn't have the roof texture. Pretty sure. Or is there? It might be under the trim set. That works. Yeah. Now it looks like it's kind of supposed to be that way. And we can put like a nice big trophy of some kind on there. Or maybe a banner. I know there's some nice big H banners for Hyper Apex in Castlecraft decor. So we could put some of those up in here as well. But I don't want to get bogged down doing the nitty-gritty decorating stuff just yet. Just kind of trying to get the general layout going here. Okay, and in here, I wanted to do some of the darker stone. And I really wish there was this darker stone for the stairs, but so far there is not. But I can do wooden stairs. Yes, indeed. This was really tricky trying to figure out how to get these straight stairs to go in the slight curve of this outer wall. Which was an interesting problem. Oh, if this is gonna... Yeah, the wood does flicker if it goes through. So I'll either have to put a rug over that or I will do something different here. Could I... Could just do that. Kind of makes me want to go do that for all of them, though, just so it looks consistent. And why do I have two sets of dungeon stuff here? I do not know how that happened. Okay, well, let's see what other one I might want to put there instead. I wanted to include more of the Dwarven Builders stuff. Okay. All right, now I started making these little adjoining suites, but I think I don't want... They often had this kind of arrangement in castles for rooms, and in part it was for security for nobility or royalty, so that anybody trying to break in to murder them would have to go through two sets of doors and potentially guards sleeping in the outer sitting room. So let's see. Yeah, I think I'm just going to need to put a full door. Oh, we had it for a second. Oh no, that's not the right angle. Might need to just move that over a little bit. But for now, we'll just do it like that. This one, can we do a quarter wall here? we can. We just have to fill in with some pillars. Let me choose a different one that's not over by the stairs so I can figure out my pattern that I want to keep repeating going forward. Ooh, the trike head would look really cool. Yeah, that would be a good spot for the trike head. Great idea. Or the dragon head. The wyvern head trophy, it looks pretty dang cool as well. This is going to be a pain. Oh, yeah, the problem is they're both at a slightly different angle here. They're not actually snapped side to side. So I can either have the door there or there. Yeah, I think that having it there would be better. Bring in the pillars. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have those particular stickers. I need to go through and see what stickers I do have set up. I think I just have some bird emoji ones. Oh, I am getting hungry. Thankfully, I don't need to go find the kitchen. Can I pull cooked lamb chops? Yes, I can. Wish you could do that in real life, right? Just pull food directly from the fridge to wherever you are. Okay. Yeah, we would just have to fill in like that. Oh, I want to do this. How did I end up with half pillars? There or there? What if I do that and then go in with some quarter walls from this side? How would that look? Yeah, that doesn't look bad. And then we've got the bed chamber over here. And I haven't continued up the pillars that are supposed to be on there yet, but I think that does have a lot of potential. Yay for pillars. I like the texture that they give that wall anyway. So then this will be a noble bed chamber. And this will be a sitting room, private sitting room. But I think that way will work to do the outer walls. Oh, now that's an interesting issue. We have a chimney sticking up here. It's not actually here though, so I can't even toggle anything about it. It's just because I use that option to make it bigger. Now, what exactly happened here? I think I lost one piece of my 24-sided structure. But I still have the angle because I've got this wall here, so I'll just have to use this to get it back how it's supposed to be. Wait, no, I think that's supposed to be, yeah, that's supposed to be quarters. There. Hey, Yusuf Designer and Oscar. Hello, hello. Welcome, guys. Glad to see you here on a lovely, right now in Ark, it's pouring rain. In real life, it's hot and sunny outside. But anyway, glad to see you here. There we go. Got that gap filled in. And I still haven't entirely decided what I'm going to do with, that is snapped there. Oh, it's this one that's missing. I haven't decided yet what to do with the middle, but I'm playing with the idea of kind of continuing a central, continuing an open central area up to the very top and then having like a glass dome over the roof so that there will be some natural light shining down into the Great Hall. We'll see. We shall see. Now, what the heck was going on here? I need to be far enough back to see what it's doing. There. That's the one. Okay. That looks good. And then these little gaps, there are a variety of different ways I could deal with those. I was trying to decide which way, but I think I'll probably just put some triangles in there. Probably, possibly. Oh, and I did finally figure out what this arrow is for. This is something that I've only seen in B+. I haven't seen it in any of the other S+ ports yet, although probably eventually they'll add it to the other ones. But this lets me pull crafted items. It is awesome. So like I can type 40. This is highlighted, the quarter ceiling, and I can click that and it pulled 40 quarter ceilings for me out of a storage where I have those sitting. It is really nice. Okay, it looks like just a quarter doesn't even need to be a triangle. We'll fill that in so we can just, it did in that one spot, but not here. That's okay. We'll just do the triangle. Just keep it consistent, make a pattern here. I have to snap it over from the other side. Come on now. It'll work. I'm going to need to make some more room here. I'm sick of having to go into my inventory every time I need a wall or a ceiling. Okay. And then right here. How exactly did I do it? I was experimenting with different things. Yeah, I think this was the one I settled on. Essentially, where did it... No, it was this one. Yes. Okay. So we are doing a pillar and some quarter walls. Hyper Apex says, stay tuned song, but I'm a continue building. Building while watching someone building makes me want to build more. Going lurker mode. Okay, awesome. Lurk away. Okay, I need more of the quarter walls as well. Here. Highlight you and then pull 40 more. Yay for boosted weight on the server. It is a beautiful thing. Yeah, I think I had it like this. Yes. I could swear that that's the fjorder nighttime or morning music, isn't it? It sounds really familiar to me for some reason. Okay. I think it would look better. Arm snap to that one. We got another full wall here. Doesn't stick out the same amount. Wow, this map is always so gorgeous. I love the sunsets and sunrises on this map. Let's go into photo mode for a minute so we can look at it. Wow. The bear statue looks so silly, but looks better than a tribe tower. But wow, this castle is getting pretty dang big. But I love some of the scenic views on this map. I actually have some merch that I've been working on where I started with a screenshot from this map and then, you know, manipulated it, turned it into my own artwork. And yeah, I'm working on that. So stay tuned. Castlecraft stone texture really does coordinate well with the ruins texture. Okay, I love those light beams. Let's see if we can get that in the background with the castle towers in the foreground. I always like to include some depth in photos, you know, something in the foreground as well as something in the background, and you gotta always have a focal point. That's my secret with screenshots. I treat them the same as I would treat real life photography. You know, the light, the angles, foreground, background, framing, all of that. And And it's kind of paying off, actually, that practice, literally, because I got hired. I've been hired a couple times now by a modder to take screenshots for the Steam page for their mod. All right. So I just was able to take some pictures for Sandy yesterday for his upcoming new Flora Modern mod, which is coming out, the cosmetic pack. It is a really nice cosmetic pack too. I am very much looking forward to using it when it hits full release, which I believe is in early August is when it's going to be coming out. It is a great map, isn't it, Oscar? It is a great map. Let's see. How do I want to integrate this with this other building? That's always the tricky bit, because of course they're snapped to completely different foundations and they don't fully match up. But there's always ways of making them integrate. You just got to kind of make it look intentional. Yeah, that's not going to work. I think I'm going to need to build from there backwards towards here. See, that looks like it's lower, though. I think I could go a little higher with that. Yes. Looks like it's a little more than a quarter wall. Yeah. But pillar would make up the difference. And then I can make it match up by going up from there and then down from here. And it will work. The really interesting part is going to be these angles here, but this is, I think these are triangle. I think if I just use triangles there, it should work fine because these are at least snapped together, so I know that they will match up. Do I want to go up a little higher with this first, though, actually? I kind of do. Yeah, let's go up a little higher. Let's go up by another quarter wall. It's really interesting as far as a problem to solve. The whole not having access to creative mode while building. No flying for me. I have to build dangling from the end of a grapple, or I have to build scaffolding. Just like most people do when they build in an actual playthrough. Or gotta stand on a dino's head. Done plenty of that as well. Yeah, that'll be nice. It's just a very slight little step from there. Okay, and just need to fill this in with a lovely beam, of course. See how it looks once I get a skin on it. Because if I use the wood skin, which is the one I was thinking of using, then it will be lower. It won't stick up so high. Yeah, I don't like that. What about like that? That's not bad. Sorry, my phone's not on silent. Sorry, I gotta take this. I will be right back. Oh. Oh, yet another phone call that could have been an email. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if I'll keep this or not, but for now I kind of like this. But my thought is that this particular room here will be like a special room that has a viewing chamber, an extra, or maybe this will be like a salon or an audience chamber, or, you know, private sitting room that a lot of people can sit in or something. Something along those lines. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And this here, I think it will basically leave a little hallway open to get through to there, but this will need to be, yeah, 2 ceilings wide. Yeah. We got another gap here. Thought I got all of them, but I guess I must have missed some. Okay. Well, if I'm gonna put something here, then this actually, I probably don't even need those pillars there. But I'll deal with that in a minute. Yeah, that's... Gotta find the right one to snap it to. I think that's the right one. Is that the right one? No. Or is it? Looks the same as that one. Yeah, I think that is right. And we got a little hallway here. I'll probably just leave it, just put pillars on the corners here. I think that's right. Seems too big though. I don't know. If it's wrong, I'll catch it later and fix it later, or I'll deal with it when it becomes a problem. So now you know my secret. Now you know why my builds are so detailed. It's because I'm covering jank. But I hold that it gives them a bit of whimsy. Gives them some character. If things are too perfect, then they can kind of look too sterile, in my opinion. But to each their own. There is plenty of room in Ark for all different kinds of building. Where did our music go? I don't know why the music quit. Let's pick something a little different. What shall we listen to? I've got a bunch of different game soundtracks, actually. I've got Ark the Animated Series, all of that music. I have White Bat audio, if we want some nice synthwave music, some of which gets a little towards the metal kind of sounding. Got a little bit of jazz. Got the Genesis 2 soundtrack is also really good, actually. I've got the Astroneer soundtrack, the Oblivion soundtrack, Return to Moria soundtrack. Tropical Vibes is a nice chill soundtrack. Well, a nice playlist as well. I like Tropical Vibes. That's one that I put together from the YouTube music library. You love White Bat? Yeah, I do too. It's nice because it's got some energy to it, but it's not too crazy, you know? It still can be relaxing in its own way. Where is it in here? There it is. Okay, let me know if that's a good volume or if I should turn it up or down. So I'm going to be getting into a bit of a hyper focus here, so I might not be talking as much as usual. Or I might just jabber constantly. I mean, you never know. Either one is possible. Just if I put these on all of the snap points, what would it look like? Just doesn't make like a nice pattern, and now it looks really random. So I don't mind jank, but it has to at least look like it's making a pattern. Part of the tricky thing about really big round builds like this, I've never tried to do a lot of separate rooms inside a round build before, so this is kind of a new challenge, which is always fun. Okay, and then out here. Yeah, we'll just leave just the one, should be fine. Just kind of frame that in. Dang it. The bug happened again. This happens from time to time where the pull menu just stops working. It has happened from time to time ever since S Plus days. But this is the fastest fix I've figured out. If you just fast travel, it resets your character. Hey, Geodathan! Welcome! Hello, hello! Oh, there's an update for Ark, huh? Is it a big one? Maybe this will be a good update and we'll actually fix a bunch of the bugs. We can always hope, right? Oh, give me back my lamb chops. Okay. Oh yeah, doing that also does remove all of your skins though too. Want Ark Evolved to be fixed right now? Well, I've heard that there is basically a fix. I think it's only for PC though. I don't know if has console also been having issues. Did they also break Ark Evolved on consoles? But yeah, they basically made a beta branch that is a rollback to the Aquatica version of Ark Evolved. And so if you go into Steam, into your library, and under Ark, if you right click it, you can choose betas, and you can choose to install that beta version, and then the mods should work with that again. But I've heard about a lot of people who've had their save files, even ones they've been working on for years and years, get corrupted because of Aquatica. So yeah, I'm sure that's extremely frustrating. And sadly on consoles, you can't even back up your saves. So there's not really a way to roll back to a previous save. So you can roll the version back, but you can't get back whatever was lost. Supposedly console never had anything to update, so it didn't break. Okay, good. But yeah, I'm sure it was very frustrating for PC ASE users. But, I mean, I don't blame Studio Sirens. They were faced with an impossible situation, really. Like, they started with a very small team, and then halfway through, apparently a bunch of people got laid off. So they didn't have nearly enough people or enough time or enough budget to do what they really needed to do. So they tried to make the best and do the best they could with what they had. And they were not familiar with Ark. And they go in there going, what the heck is all of this spaghetti code? This needs to be straightened out and fixed. And so they started moving files around and making it more optimized, and not realizing that, yeah, yes, it's spaghetti code, and yes, it's a mess, but there's a reason why they never fixed it, because they couldn't without breaking so much stuff that there would have been an uproar, you know? I just wish that they had actually gone in and made ASA totally from scratch like they said they were going to do. That was the idea, that they were going to start over with a brand new, fresh code base. And to be fair, as I was explaining about the situation to my husband, and he was like, well, maybe they did write all the code from scratch, but they used the notes of the old code, you know, and it's kind of like copying from somebody else's paper while you're doing a test, and you get all the same wrong answers. Yeah. Especially if you don't understand how it was wrong to begin with. You end up copying over the errors. Yeah, it's a mess. Yeah, that's what they call it, Geodaten. Spaghetti code. It's all a big tangled mess. And even with as much of a mess as ASA is, there's a reason why a lot of modders have switched over to ASA and refused to go back to ASE, because it's still better than it was in ASE, because the ASE dev kit was way harder to use and way more of a mess. Okay, that's the snap point we need. Oh, and we need to start with some borders. Yeah, they started there's an Ark modders Discord, really big Discord with like tens of thousands of people in it. And Red Dwarf was, I believe, one of the founding members, but he's been an Ark modder since the very beginning. And there's a lot of other OG modders that I've gotten to know on his private Discord as well. And yeah, they started these Discords mostly to help, to try to teach newer up and coming modders about how to use the dev kit, because it was such a mess. Like, there were literally things like, you know, don't ever use this particular function because it'll just crash the dev kit every time. Like, it just doesn't do anything good, so just don't even bother with it. And, you know, they just had to give people heads up about stuff like that. It's so crazy. But, you know, like I've been thinking a lot about recently with the video that I made about the tether and stuff, there's a reason why Ark is the mess that it is. It's extremely ambitious as far as what it even is trying to do. There are no other games that have as many moving parts as Ark does. As many different kinds of creatures all interacting with each other in different ways in the same area a lot of times. Each with their own taming methods, their own animations, their own behavioral traits. I mean, every other game that has creatures in it, all the creatures feel the same, you know? They never end up feeling as alive as Ark does, somehow. So that's why we put up with it, even though it is a janky mess of spaghetti code. Like, even just going through the settings, like, I don't know of any other game that lets you customize your gameplay to the degree that Ark does. It's kind of insane when you think about it. I mean, how many little settings you can change and customize, and that's, you know, just stuff you can do in single player even without having access even to, without using admin sheets or anything. All the different rates you can change, and then once you start getting into I coding, you can replace creatures, and you can do so many different cool things even before you start adding mods. If it ain't broke, you shouldn't poke. Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. And exactly, Geo. Maybe it's best not to touch anything if it works. Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of what they had to realize, because for a long time, even in ASE, they'd fix one thing and it would break 3 other things. Like, every big patch that came out, it was like, oh great, they fixed that, but oh no, what did they break? Bulky Gaming, welcome, welcome. I love that you can reach so far away now with these skins. It definitely makes it a lot easier when you're not using creative mode and you can't fly. All right, that's looking better. I do need to finish off this over here as well. Just thinking I've probably put a small watchtower in this corner here, just because I think that would look better than having a sharp corner there. Yeah, it's better not to touch anything, just in case. Yeah, I was talking to somebody yesterday and I compared it to, you know, it's like somebody that tries to clean out a hoarder's closet and, you know, they open the closet and cause an avalanche that ends up lighting the house on fire and burning their house down. Yeah, we know you wanted to help, but it ended up making everything so much worse. And what I am a little bit worried about was somebody on Twitter was saying that they were wondering if this is like Snail Games experimenting and seeing if they could replace Studio Wildcard at some point, get rid of them, because I don't know why, but they've had this bit of a feud going on for a while. And they want to get rid of Studio Wildcard and replace them with some other studio that might not push back so hard against them for all of the things they've wanted to do to the game for so long, all the microtransactions they've wanted to add and everything else. Like, you think the microtransactions we have are bad with the Fantastic Beasts and all of that? It's nothing compared to what Snail wanted. And Snail wanted to do it starting years ago as well. Oh, that's what I need, actually. I'm looking for my quarter ceilings. Where did my quarter ceilings go? Am I out of quarter ceilings? I think I'm out of quarter ceilings. Thankfully, I have more in a box that I can pull. Gonna have to make a bunch more, though. So let's get those crafting up in a minute. And now I'm out of regular walls. Yeah, there are so enough. I just made like 200 walls yesterday. Lie. So, see, there's this wonderful thing, the B+ converter, that'll convert a structure into a blueprint, and then I can put the blueprint in the smithy and craft structures in the smithy instead of having to stand still, over encumbered, while crafting all of these things. Yeah, we are out of quarter ceilings. Definitely saves a lot of time. What am I going to do about how to reach my nice little garden, though? I think I'm going to have to make a stairway down from that upper level. Let's make a stairway. Back this off a bit to make room for a stairway going down. I think that'll do. All right, that works. Then we just gotta close off our dungeon underneath there. I think we just need to put a layer of walls along here. Let's put in some secret doors just because we can. All right. And here's another tree that isn't actually there. Ghost trees bug is so annoying as well. I was thinking about possibly putting another round tower here. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure though. I might just do it as another really skinny little tower. Like that. And we can make it a tower for Franklin to live in. Right, Franklin? Let's go fertilize the garden since it is not automated on here like it normally is. They have that function of Dino Depot turned off because apparently it's not medieval. Oh, you getting hungry there, dude? Let's give you some food. Here, you can have some spoiled meat. I think that's what you prefer. Oh, you're too over encumbered. It's not going to give it to you. Let's pull it into my inventory then. Not going to transfer to mine either? Oh, well, that's because I'm all full of fertilizer. Oh, phew. Thought it was going to crash on me there. All right, fine. We'll fertilize all of the plants and then we'll do that. So crazy that they never got around to adding separate berry bushes for all of the different types of berries. This is a cantaloupe vine. They have one type of cantaloupe vine for all of the different types of berries if you grow them in crop plots. Yes, I love secret passages too, Geo. Joke. What type of key won't open a door? A turkey. Ha ha ha. I don't know though. I mean, it depends on the turkey, I guess. If it's a good enough turkey dinner, that might open a lot of doors for some people. Okay. I don't even know what to do with all of the rest of this fertilizer. Do not need it. There. Now can we get some spoiled meat for Franklin? There. Yes, we can. When we are not slot capped. Look at this, you've got thousands of poop. Let's drop some of this. You're just gonna pick it all up again, though, probably, aren't you? Can we drop it fast enough so I can get this in? No. I think you're out of range of the feeding trough, too. Here, can you just drop all for a minute? There. There. Eat your food. You don't really need any other stats, so I might as well give you extra food so you don't starve to death if I forget about you. Okay, where did the bag go of all this stuff? Oh, it's underneath you. Let's pick you up and move you. No, can I pick him up, please, game? Okay. Where's my Oh, that's right. We don't have Omni tools on here either. All right, I'll drop this and then you can pick it up from over here. Franklin. Oops, not that one. There. That's better. I always feel really bad if my dinos starve to death. Okay, I think I can just make stairs. Oops. I didn't think that was going to pick that up, but apparently it did. Franklin went for a ride. I thought I had foundation support on this other side, but I guess I didn't. You just do not want to go through that, do you? Ugh. Because of the fact that it would be clipped too much through something you see as terrain, you won't go there where I want you to go. There you go. Now you will. Probably do not have foundation support though, do you? Let's check debug structures. No, you do have foundation. Nice, since that does count as ground. Okay, then I should be able to pick this up. Yes. And how about you? Yes. Okay. This would be why I had it set up the way it was set up over there. But there's got to be a way. I didn't like how much it was sticking into that narrow little passage in there. We can give some foundation support out here. Do things a little differently. Help, I need somebody, help, not just anybody. Yeah, well, he went on a little adventure. We'll go get him back. We will get him back. Once we got a spot to put him. Okay. There, that should work. All right. Oops. I think I actually would like to have this be rounder and not just hexagonal. There is a little secret sneaky way to do that. Let me show you my secret sneaky way to do that. So if I put down just half of the triangles and then I pop down a square, then I can use that to offset the triangles and get a second layer of triangles going around. Sometimes they don't really want to go in there, but you can usually get them to eventually cooperate. Come on now. No, come on. There, right there. Okay, now this second rotation does need separate foundation support though, since it's not snapped with the other ones. Right now, if I pick up that square ceiling, it'll all go poof. So let's try to give it some foundation support. Okay, that should be supporting it. Let us see if it is behaving as it should. What are you attached to? Pillar, stone. You are attached to the pillar. Okay, we'll see if this works. It did indeed. Awesome. There we go. I like the floor pattern this makes too when you do this out of stone. It's an interesting floor pattern. All right, now this is going to need to go down quite a ways, so let's grab some tall walls. This guy. I have some of those in a box. Not very many, but I've got enough, I think. And for the other side there, I might need to throw out, what's his name? Might need to throw out Fred so I can stand on his head, get some of those on the other side. We'll see. Well, we need to go get the beetle anyway. This is one thing I love about these drakelings. It's a parachute effect. At least I don't have to worry about fall damage. Okay, drakeling, you're gonna have to follow me though. For a minute. Here, yes, you follow me. We gotta pick up Franklin. This is why I like shoulder pets that can fly. Much less likely to get hung up on stuff if you have to have them follow you somewhere. Oh, he's picking up all the poop as we go by, because I guess these creatures over here were out of range. He's making the noise that he's picking up the poop. Did I name a creature bread? Oh, no, I'm not sure what you misheard, but you misheard something. Oh, his name is Fred. Yeah, that's right. I don't know why. I just decided to name the Bronto Fred for no particular reason. There. All right, now come back here, drakeling, or I will surely throw myself off something and fall to my death. Okay. Okay. Well, I might be able to reach it from here. Yeah, I bet I can. And I could, I could do some kind of a pointy bit or something pointing down. And I want to do that in some other spots, but for this spot, I think that I would rather the sense of strength that you get from a very tall tower. So I think I'm going to continue those walls until they clip into the terrain. But yes, we will have to pop Fred out. I actually tamed Fred mostly just to be a scaffold for me. He was an orphan that I saw walking around after Aloes or something killed his mom. So we took him home to be our building scaffold. Hey, hold still, buddy. You know what? Did I turn off? Ally looking. Yes. Yes, don't move your head around to look at me. Just hold still. Yeah, it doesn't want to go through there because it's going to clip through the terrain. This will be an ongoing theme, but one way or another, we'll make it work. I might have to use pillars here, but I'd rather not. I wanted to include some extra foundation support. Oh, it's on the quarters. I'm like, why is that looking weird? Okay. I want this guy. Like a so. That works. Okay. I think you might be a little too tall here, Fred, for this one. You have to pop out the stego instead, or can we just stand on your back? That'll work, I think. Okay. And now you see why I don't build on official. Because I like to clip things into the terrain. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. All right, you can stay here for now, Fred. Here, have some berries. What are you set to? Yes, you are on attacking target. So if any annoying seagulls come and hassle you, you can take care of them. This one is high enough up and far enough away from the walls and stuff that I'm going to put proper windows in it instead of arrow slits, I think. Might do it. Sometimes it's nice to back away and get a look at the overall structure. I like to vary the height of different things just to make it look more interesting. So I don't want to make this too close to the height of the little conservatory garden there. I want this to end up being probably about halfway between the height of that and the height of the main structure over here, which is going to be a little bit taller than this. I think if I go 1 or 2 walls taller than this, that should probably be good. Yeah. Fred Flintstone drives a Bronto to work. Yeah, probably. Would make sense. And this guy didn't have a name, and I was going to name him Charmin or Cottonelle or something like that. I usually name my dung beetles after toilet paper brands, but Zanzibar suggested that I name him Franklin, so I was like, okay, fine. I don't know why, but his name is Franklin. So Franklin he is. Okay, and then integrating, do I want to do anything in this gap here? I think that is fine. Okay, and this kind of small structure can be pretty tricky because of the fact, of course, that the walls are going to be so overlapped. But what I've done before is to do this kind of thing with double doorways to make like tall windows or whatever. And then there is a way to do it that'll create a gap wide enough that I can still get through it. But it might take a little bit of experimenting to remember what that way was. I know I figured it out before though. Okay, I can still walk through here, but there's one more still missing. And yeah, these ones I cannot walk through. I think I may have ended up using sloped walls or something in ASE when I did this. But the thing is, I don't have sloped walls that wouldn't block the doorway, since I do not have access on here to ASR steep slope walls. I think that's what I used last time on my snow castle when I did a tower like this. Let's see. People say, oh, building on unofficial with mods is so easy. It takes all the challenge out of it. It's like, you know what? It's probably because I'm broken in the brain somehow, but I'll find a way to make it complicated. I'll always find a way to make it complicated. I think if I do both these ones on either side as a half wall, or I mean a quarter wall, that should preserve the snap point that I need while leaving enough of an opening, hopefully. Yeah, be there, and where would this be? No, it would be attaching over here. Yeah. Yeah. See if that works. It's kind of too bad I can't do this with the regular doorways or windows, because that could look really cool, but I have a feeling that snapped through each other like this, there wouldn't be very much window left. Ooh. Come on. I just don't want to cooperate now. Fine, I'll just do a couple here. Just to see what that would look like. Yeah, it would end up being like really narrow slits. Like you could, like basically like arrow slits. Yeah, I think I like it better with the wider doorway. Out of walls again. Oh, this quit working again. Dang thing. I don't know why it does that. I've definitely noticed a correlation in ASE days with using a spyglass mod that had another overlay. It seemed like the two would conflict with each other a little bit, and so sometimes after using an awesome spyglass or whatever, the S+ pulling wouldn't work properly. But you know, you can always do this little hack to fix it. It's just annoying, and I wasn't using my spyglass, so I don't know what this is from. What are you doing up there? And I'm thirsty, apparently. No. I'm gonna put my clothes on, dang it. And in case anyone is curious, this is the Svartalheim Dwarven armor set. which I really like how it looks. There's also a Viking armor in the same set. Let's see, what do we want to level up? I've already got over 3,000 weight, but I'm probably just going to go more weight. Although maybe a little bit more in melee just to try to help defend myself. But anyway, yeah, this armor set, there's a lot of really great stuff in here. There's, yeah, the Viking stuff as well as the Dwarven stuff, but I like the Dwarven stuff. And that also is where the skins on my crossbow and pickaxe and hatchet are from, and sword and pike, or yeah, that's a pike. But all right, well, that should be fixed for now. Now, can we pull our walls? Okay, yes, I just need to change the number. There, 40 walls. Thank you. And it's getting dark again. I might end up doing quarter walls all the way up because this looks kind of silly with that floating, but I might be able to do something with it. We'll see. I missed a couple over here. 2:45 a.m. Yeah, gotta go to sleep, Geodayton. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. I think I'm supposed to have a sound effect for sleepy, but I don't know if it's working. I think it wasn't working last time we tried it. So I'll just play it just for Geo by hand here if I find my voice mod. No, don't switch my sound devices on me, stupid voice mod. Where is my sound effect? It's gonna hide it on me. Sleepyhead, there it is. Let's pause the music for a sec. That's very loud. There you go. Good night, Geo. Sleep well. Okay. There, yeah, we got a doorway. I might do some... I was kind of thinking of maybe doing either some railings across there to make that look supported. Possibly. Something like that. That could be a thing. Okay, let me see what it looks like with some skins on it. Wait, was it this one? No, it wasn't that one. It was in this one. I think Fred and Franklin here have a little symbiotic relationship going on. Fred keeps pooping these gigantic poops, and Franklin keeps picking them all up. Okay, and I think actually I'm going to do something different here. Let's try... Where's my slope walls? Okay. In order to get it to go where I want it to go, I need to give it another snap point, though. I know what we can do. Let's go down from the top with a quarter wall. Across here. We put one across from where we want it first. Usually then it'll behave. Ark reverse psychology. Okay, and then I can pick those ones up because these are supported actually by the door frame there. And then probably I'm not even going to need the door frame once I'm done with this actually. This one is the trim one. All right. Yeah, I quite like that. I don't necessarily like the door frame right in the middle, though. Yeah. That should work. And that'll give me all the snap points to make the roof the way I want to make it. Gotta carry the snap points up from the foundations. Okay. What do you think, Franklin? You got a room with a view up here just for you. I think he likes it. Nice. Actually, I think I'm going to go up another quarter wall just so that the top of these windows will not be obscured by the roof overhang. Yes, 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 yes. How are we going to do this, though? I think we're going to have to do some creative grappling around here. A feast for what my dad calls a tumble turd. Is that what he calls a dung beetle? Ah! Now, that wasn't quite what I meant to do. The problem is, when I grapple up to this, I end up inside it. gonna have to put some ceilings up there first. See, this is why it's a good thing I have, or had, the Drakeling. Where did my Drakeling go? There's my Drakeling. It's like, this is why I have the Drakeling, so that I won't die of fall damage, except I don't have the Drakeling. Okay. We're just gonna have to do some temporary scaffolding here. Well, Tumbleturd definitely sounds like a good name for dung beetles. I don't think I've seen enough of them in real life to really have a nickname for them. But that definitely sounds like a good one. Wait, what am I doing? Actually, well, I just needed somewhere to stand, and then I need to take the wall up higher. Okay. Make a nice little weave pattern here. See, I'm gonna have to hop up there. Come on. Okay, I like the way that's looking. Actually, I want to do these in the wood. Hey, Elena, welcome, welcome. Okay, let's see how the wood texture looks. I need to change it up. There's so much stone around here. There. Let's see how that's looking. Ooh, I like that. I like the overall look of it. I'm not entirely sure about the wood. We'll have to see how that looks after I get the roof on. I might... Oh, I missed one there. I might want to try to toggle this to the dark wood variant. I might... Oh, I'm still in K mode. There we go. I like the dark wood variant with the stone sometimes, give a bit of contrast against the lighter colored stone. I'm really glad that they added a wall variant of the dark wood that previously only the wooden floors were in that texture. Ah! There. I am building a castle without use of creative mode here on our RP server, where me and a bunch of other content creators are doing a medieval roleplay thing, where there's a bunch of people who are playing like a gentleman's PvP roleplay thing, where there are a bunch of Viking clans that are all fighting over territory and stuff, trying to decide which clan is going to emerge the dominant clan. And once they've settled their internal differences between the different clans, they're all going to come and raid me, probably in about a month from now or so. So I have just about a month to build a castle in survival mode that is also a survival mode base, basically, you know, that is realistic to actually use as a base, and that can actually be defensive against an onslaught of Viking hordes. There are going to be some rules in place, though. We have already talked about that somewhat. In keeping with the medieval warfare sort of theme. Did it do it again? Oh my gosh, why is it do... in keeping with the medieval warfare theme, they will not be allowed to use flyers during the assault. It will be a ground-based assault. But other than that, we haven't really talked about a lot of rules other than the obvious: no explosives, and they have no guns either. No, dang it, that's not what I meant to do. Here, you go over there. Let me fast travel from one bed to the other here. Reset my character so that my pull menu will work again. Okay. Well, let's hit the sorting box here from visual storage while we're here. Put away the random resources that were in my inventory. And you know what? Let's drop off some of the other structures that I don't really need. And geez, we need some more light over here. Where are we gonna put this? Let's put this here for now, I guess. Or maybe here. I usually like to put torches like at the bottom corner of stairs because I feel like they're out of the way there. And there's two sets of stairs here, so let's kind of put it here, I guess. Oh, I forgot to toggle it to the B+ variant. I do not want to mess with having to keep fuel in this many torches. There, B+ torch. Thank you. And let's get a wall torch over here as well. Nice. Definitely need more light over here too. That would be too tall. Okay. You know, I should use that move tool trick again to put some permanent fire down in these campfires as well, because that's what these are actually, is these are campfires. I'm gonna need something I can put this on though. We can put this over here. That's close enough, and then I'll show y'all again how to use the move tool. But first, we're going to go in here to change settings and turn off the enable auto on off so that it will be on all the time. And then I'm going to grab the move tool and we're going to move it over here. Let's actually rotate it too. Why did it get even darker all of a sudden? That was weird. Nope, local position. Thank you. There. That looks better. It doesn't cast a ton of light, though. Let's maybe try a standing torch over in this one. Those seem to cast a lot more light. I like to move it, move it. I do indeed like to move it, move it. Yeah, these cast so much more light than the wall torches. I do not know what is up with that, but they just do. Okay. There. That definitely brightens things up considerably. Let's put another one over here. Here. Now I just wish the dang tree would go away. The ghost trees are getting really annoying. The trees that think they're there, but they're really, really not. Okay. Let's get my skins back here and go finish that roof. Oh, and before I forget, let me go put some trophies on these giant... the fireplaces that may not be able to remain so giant since they're sticking up through the floor there. Let's try making them a little smaller giant. And dang it, there's a wall back there that doesn't have a skin on it. I'm gonna have to get to that from the other side because I'm not gonna be able to actually reach it through the fireplace to skin it. If I was in creative mode, I'd just ghost in there, but I don't have access to that, so we do what we can. Okay, it is a full ×2 right now, so let's try making it 1.5. It's still bigger than a typical fireplace. This one didn't look like it changed. What is up with you? Were you already at 1.5? Okay. Maybe I just didn't see it. Okay. Now are the chimneys still sticking up? I think that fixed the chimney issue. I do not see any more chimneys. All right, good. We can still have bigger fireplaces, just not quite that big. All right, and I was gonna grab my triangle ceilings. Roofs, triangle roofs. Let's do... All right. Let's actually start with these though too, because we need those guys for the overhang, and I do not have quite enough. Now we do. I really love the kind of pattern it makes to do this kind of roof. Okay. Come on now. Don't be difficult. Once again with the ghost trees. We'll just have to pretend we can actually see what's going on over here. I think we got something here that's not quite in the right... Or no, we're missing one here. Okay. Just gotta watch the pattern carefully to make sure that no bits of it are missing, which is a little hard when you got all these leaves in your face. Okay. All right, did we get all of them? Let's check in photo mode. See, isn't that a fun pattern? Okay. I think we got all of them. Let's see what they look like with the Castlecraft skins before I do the top bit. Might want to do a different roof option. You know what, actually? One that I wanted to look at. I love the Castlecraft roofs. They are an absolute work of art, and I love how they mesh together absolutely seamlessly. But for something like this, since I'm making a pattern here, it doesn't necessarily matter if things show seams. And so it might be a good place to use one of the other roof skins. Like the Astraeus one is nice because it's tile like this, but it's blue tile. And I think, if I remember right, the Dwarven Structures one is like a purple shingle. So at least it was in the ASE version of Dwarven Structures. Let us see. No, not that one. This one. Let us see. Roof looks like it needs a nest with a phoenix punched in it. Yeah. Yeah, does kind of look like a nest up here right now. Okay. Oh, do you not have it? You don't have a roof? Oh, it's the quarter. It's because it's the quarter. Dang it. Yeah, some of the other structure skins haven't yet added the newly added structures, you know, the quarter roofs and ramps and half pillars and stuff like that. That's why Castlecraft continues to be my go-to for most things, because it's the only one that has a skin for all the vanilla structures. Yeah, Nikatas is, I mean, now that he's a wildcard employee, he's been too busy to go adding a bunch more stuff, I don't think. Oh. Maybe he did, though, for these. That's awesome. They look green in this light, but I think they're actually blue. Okay. We'll see how it looks in daylight when it doesn't have this very, very yellow light, but I think that looks kind of cool with the castle craft. Okay, now we can add the rest of the roof. Oh, and I'm invisible again. Yay me. But only in third person. This game is so weird sometimes. Can I get on the roof, please? Thank you. I had it for a second there. It uses twice as many roofs, of course, to do this meshing through each other pattern, but it looks so cool, I don't mind. Just like that it looks different. Now, if only we could see what we're doing with the dang stupid tree. I think we got everything though. So what mod are you using for the torches, and are they for Xbox? The torches are from the mod B+, which yes is cross platform. It's not a cosmetic mod, it is an actual structures mod, B+ structures, and so that means it does need to be installed server side if you're playing on a server, but it is a really good one. It also includes the pickup gun that I'm using and the pulling menu from up here, and it has a bunch of other quality of life changes, like it has silent crafting stations and generators and storage that has more slots than the default storage. Like the large storage box I think is by default like 100 slots or something instead of the 45 of the vanilla one. And I like that with B+, unlike a lot of the other quality of life mods, you don't actually have to craft a separate structure. It's a variant of the vanilla one, so you don't even have to unlock a separate engram. So I can just go down here and toggle to the B+ one, and then 120 slots. Yeah. So it's got a lot of little quality of life tweaks that I like. All right, now those ceilings were just temporary. Can we pick them up so that we can reach the roof bits from underneath? I'm not going to be able to. Here, we're going to have to dangle again. Yeah, that one you do have to get closer. It does look like some are missing though, because yeah, you can, the pattern is different. See, it's got these scrolls on the underside that you can't see on the other ones. Because yeah, it's missing some. Oh, this is on the quarters. That's the wrong piece. Dang it. Hey, kitty. Kitty gets so needy whenever I'm streaming. She gets lonely. Either that or maybe she's worried about my sanity. She's like, why are you sitting in a room by yourself talking to nobody? Ah, no. You know what? There. Oh, that's better. Okay. That should be all of them. There we go. Now, I think I just installed recently, not all of my cosmetics are necessarily showing up. I do have a lot of them, but I'm pretty sure I had one that added a chandelier. Just trying to remember which one. I think Castlecraft might have a chandelier. To check on that. And I also did add this Gothic one, but that just has torches. It doesn't have a chandelier. This is all the different structures that this skin can go on, but it doesn't say what it turns them into. Times, dungeons, tableware, clutter. I think we're just going to have to experiment here. Yeah, good torches that don't run on power or resources. So yeah, the B+ ones are really nice for that, for sure. Another one that I like to use sometimes on building servers especially, always have it on my event servers, is there's a mod just called Tech Lights. And it adds a tech light to the game, which the vanilla tech light has now been added to the game. But that one is nice because it doesn't require any power at all. And I think the engram unlocks earlier as well. Like it doesn't require a boss fight to unlock it. Doesn't count as a tech engram, but those are really nice. And I like using tech lights because they don't have any animation or particle effects like the flame lights do, so they don't add as much to lag. And you can actually paint the tech lights so that it's not just the glaring bright white. You can turn it into more of like a yellowy warm glow, like a candle or a torch. And I mean, you gotta love video game logic. This is not how it works in real life, of course, but you can actually cover the light and it still casts light. So like you can put down a tech light and then you can put a box on it or a barrel or something, and you don't see the tech light anymore, and you've just got a little bit of a glow in the area, just like a sourceless glow. It's just not as dark there, which can be really nice. And then I like to fill in with those, you know, have just a few of the flame lights here and there, and then fill in the rest with the tech lights. But we don't have that mod on this server at this time, so that's not an option for here. I think this would probably be on, I'm guessing the small decor box is what it would be on. So let's see. Let's just take it over here to experiment where it's a little easier to reach. We'll try the interior, the exterior, and the clutter, I think, to start with. Yeah, the exterior doesn't have anything for the small decor box. Okay, this one, obviously that's not the one I'm going to use, but let's grab our variant cycle gun. And I'm invisible again. It's cool that these can be placed upside down. Library letters, a butter churn, a harp. And okay, so those are all a bunch of different decor things that are not quite what I'm looking for. Let's try the clutter. No, it doesn't seem like, oh, that one looks like books by default. Okay. Upside down books hanging from the ceiling. Lots of different kinds of books. Yeah. No chandelier. Come on now. I'm Could have sworn there was a chandelier in here. Was it maybe? No, I don't think it was in here. I'll grab it just to check. Yeah. I know there's a Bobstall Tales chandelier. Let me also take a look at that. Lamp. Did they block that on this server because of the RP thing? They might have decided it's not medieval enough. Oh, actually, Vegetation Planters has some glowy crystals. Those might be cool. Used as a light source in different spots. Yeah, I could have sworn that the Bobstall Tales light thing was in here. There it is, Frontier Lamps. And yes, it is blocked. Dang it. Oh, well. It just forces us to be creative. Custom cosmetics of a whole bunch of different shields. Sandy's messaging me, so I'm going to ask him if any of his cosmetic packs have a chandelier. So like Cozy Cabins or Arcadia might. Yeah, the steampunk would be nice, but a lot of the engrams are blocked on this server because it is a medieval roleplay server. And so steampunk, I mean, I can use whatever skins I have access to, but the actual structures, the engrams are blocked for pretty much all the steampunk things. And also the frontier lights, apparently. I thought there was one of these that had it, but I have to look for it later. It's gonna bug me. Whatever. Okay. Okay, Franklin, we're going to have to give you a different source of light for now. I guess we'll just have to put a torchlight in there. But for now, since it is no longer dark, let's have a look at our roof and see what it looks like in the daylight. Oh, it is blue, yep. Get out of the bear's body there. I'm going to also, of course, put the Castlecraft skin on the bottom part, but what do you think? I wish I had a steep sloped roof, but I do not at this time. But I still think that does look pretty cool. And actually, let me go ahead and use vegetation planters and see if I can put some glowy mushrooms or something in there while I'm thinking about it. Thank you, Crafty Mama. Welcome, by the way. Okay, so vegetation planters is an awesome little mod. Also cross-platform. All the mods on this server are cross-platform, and because it is a cross-platform server. But it has all of these separate planters and this gun, and you use the gun to connect it, to one of the planters. This is the mushroom one, and so now it's connected to that, and it gives me access to a bunch of different models of different plants, in this case mushrooms, and I can rotate it. I can change the scale of it by a lot, and then I can switch to different variants and stuff. And the nice thing about vegetation planters, and why I really like it, is because I could place dozens and dozens of mushrooms, dozens and dozens of structures while I'm connected to this mushroom planter, but the game would only consider that to be one structure, because while I'm connected to the mushroom planter, I'm only placing structures that are seen as an extension of that. So it renders them as a chunk, kind of like how the base game renders plants. It doesn't render each individual tree and fern or whatever as one thing. Let's see. Those are some kind of nice ones. Let's make those bigger. Make this kind of a magical tower. Ooh, there's red ones as well. Here, we'll just move them around, make it look like we got fungi growing in here. Kind of weird how plants move in ASA so much. So when you're moving the model around, it keeps moving as if, you know, like when you're walking through a bunch of plants. Okay, that's how it looks. Oops. When it's not waving around. Okay. This is the smallest you can go, huh? Well, that's actually not bad for up there. We'll put some of these little ones in here to keep you company. Okay, Franklin? There. We've got quite the posh pad here. It's interesting trying to make something that looks natural, because the human mind we always want to make a pattern, and it's like we automatically do it even when we're trying not to a lot of the time. So you have to purposely inject some randomness into it, because if you're wanting it to look natural, then that's the dead giveaway that it's not natural, is if there's an obvious pattern. Yeah, that should be good, I think. Just a nice little surprise inside the tower. Okay. Got a lot more stuff to skin out here. And don't actually need these, I don't think. Now let's do the skins on the bottom part of this thing. Oh, I've got that foundation in there. I'm gonna have to skin the foundation before I can skin the walls. That is not where it said it was going to snap. There. Oh. More over here. Ah. Hold still, Fred. There. Okay. Oh, there's still more on this side. Okay, we got all of those. Yay! Okay. I like how that tower turned out. You can see the glowy mushrooms from down here, which is pretty cool. I might put a row of railings around the bottom part of the this tower floor. And as for the actual flooring, I might leave it vanilla, or I might do Castlecraft. Oh, we got more foundations there. But I do really love how well the Castlecraft coordinates with other mods as well. Like, and I don't think they did it on purpose. In fact, I know they didn't do it on purpose, but the neutral sort of, I don't know, very, very pale pinkish tan sort of hue of the Castlecraft stone is very similar to the base color of the Astraeus stuff. I think if I'm going to do the Astraeus roof, though, I think I might get rid of the darker wood there. I don't know. It's not that important. I can leave it for now. So I'm gonna probably have to get off pretty soon, so I don't want to start another big project. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get off pretty soon, so I don't want to start another big project. But let's give y'all a tour of the project so far before we sign off. We'll take the Griffin. Gryffindora. So there's the bird's eye view. It is starting to take shape. For sure. Definitely a lot more skinning that needs to be done, of course. And a lot more work on the outer walls, and there's still some unfinished towers and stuff. And this tower, I think I'm going to do something different with some of the skins, but I like a lot of stuff about it. I need to do something with the skins on the platform there too. And this building here, I'm thinking this is probably going to go up. I don't want it to go up quite as tall as the ruin tower. So I'm thinking if I go up another like another two walls maybe. And then with the roof above, I think the height would work well for that. This is a really nice little island for building on, though. This is like an herbivore island. There is nothing hostile here at all. I haven't even seen any seagulls. Like, it is just very chill. So fewer distractions when I'm trying to build. But I like how the front gates turned out. Those are dwarven structures, gates in a Castlecraft gate frame. And these are Astraeus foundations mixed in with the Castlecraft ones, just to change it up a bit. And I need to work some more also on these different levels and platforms beside this steep path here. And this down here is gonna be a barn. And I'm invisible, and I'm not invisible. Okay. So that's where we're at for now. And let's see who we should raid. Customization, there we go. Redirect, add a redirect. Okay. Okay, so Solo Zero is fighting Titans. Old Gamers Never Die is playing Dune Awakening. Oh, Captain McRummy is exploring Velez, a brand new Ark ASA map. That looks like fun. Let's go raid Captain McRummy. All right, so tell Captain that Songbird sent you, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. And and thank you to Nitrado for providing the server for us. We are very grateful indeed. And I hope you have a great weekend. See you next week. Have a good one, my friends. Bye-bye for now.